Good morning. Today we're going to talk a little bit about barn fans. With the heat, we brought our horses in. They each have a fan in their stall, but they have the right kind of fan. So most of you have probably gone out and bought the traditional box fan. You can get them at pretty much everywhere for $10 or $15. This is the worst thing to put in your barn. The reason being is that these motors are not sealed. They're not designed to have dust, hay chaff, and other stuff blowing in through the motor. So what you want to look for is what's called a sealed motor. They're specifically designed for dusty conditions like a horse barn, poultry barn, factories, things like that. And most of us, what do? You put them up on the stall with a bungee cord, and then you're running electric cords all over the place. In our barn, what we have is the fan is actually mounted to the ceiling, and we have the benefit of outlets that are mounted up high. So these are plug-in fans. You don't have to spend the money to have them hardwired, so if you have to replace them, it's really easy. But we bound up the extra cord, and the chain to turn it on and off comes over the top. And this is what you need in your barns. So if you got the old box fans, throw them away. Please throw them away. Go look for.
Why do I want to throw away my box fan? I just used it and my horses are getting fans.
Because these are potential fire hazards. Okay, the dust will build up, and as the dust builds up in the motor, it can cause a fire in the motor. These cords are not designed for, if there's any resistance on a motor, the cords are going to heat up. This is where a lot of electrical fires start, is in the cord. So again, and if you're on a long extension cord, again, these aren't meant to be on long extension cords, so you need to get rid of them as soon as possible. And again, you can find the fans we're talking about at places like Uline, Global Industrial. There's quite a number of places that make these fans for just this purpose, and they're not that expensive. And once you buy them, you've got them. How often do you replace these box fans?
Well, and the volume of air that a box fan blows, is that?
Well, that's the other thing. When you look at the blades, they don't have very much pitch. So you're going to run them at high speed in order to get any air. With our fans, we run them on low, and it moves a tremendous amount of air. So it does a really good job of keeping the horses cool.
Why don't you go ahead and turn our fan on so they can see it has different settings.
So we turn it right on. You can hear that's our high setting. And these are 3-speed fans. Lower speed, lower, and then off.
And if you're concerned about the horse grabbing the chain, you can always just hook it up to the side of the stall so that they can't reach it. We have not had that problem with ours. And you can see that there's even been a bird nest on top of our covered outlet that the barn swallows have built their nest there, but because it's a covered outlet, it's still safe.
And I would say is if you do a wire like this, put in a GFI in all these outlets. So then if you are working with something, you've got a horse vacuum, clippers, anything like that, something goes wrong, the GFI will kick, cut the power, protect you, protect your horses. So this is the way to go for barn fans.